Yerp, yerp, yizzer. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Niner Nation, stand up, bang, bang, Niner gang. And today we're here to preview and give a prediction for this week's Sunday night football matchup in Levi Stadium, the home opener against the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers, you better bring it, brother. But let's go ahead and let's break down some team stats, if you will, for this game. And let's start off. The Packers are averaging 19 points per game. The 49ers are averaging 29 points per game. The Packers are giving up 27.5 points per game. And my 49ers are giving up 22 points per game. The Packers are averaging 298 yards per game, with 228 of those being in the passing game and 70 of those being in the running game. The 49ers are averaging 378 yards a game, with 254 of those being in the passing game and 124 of those being in the running game. The Green Bay Packers have allowed 338 yards per game so far, with 198.5 of those being in passing and 139.5 being in rushing. 49ers are giving up 397.5 yards a game, with 264 yards of those being in passing and 133 and a half of those in rushing. Now let's speak on some injury status. As of right now, we have JaMycal Hasty and Kevin Givens out for this game. Elijah Mitchell, Josh Norman, and Emmanuel Mosley are all questionable. Hopefully we can get Emmanuel Mosley back for this game. We're going to need him going against Aaron and the Green Bay Packers. But yeah, let's get into the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers are 1-1. They lost the first week to the Saints, 38-3. Bounced back Monday night with the win against the Lions, 35-17. Some strengths on the offense. Let's start with the offense for the Packers, right? Let's just break these guys down. Their strengths on the offense, of course, Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams. Those are the only strengths. Add in Aaron Jones as a triple-headed monster, but those are the only threats so far this season. Not speaking on anything past, I'm talking about this season, right? This season, Aaron Rodgers, Davante Adams, and Aaron Jones, the offense pretty much runs through those three. Stop those three and you win the game just like the Saints did in game 1, right? Some weaknesses for this offense. The running game, which, you can call it a weakness, but with Green Bay, have they ever really had? They had the 1 year where they had the 2 running backs that did pretty good. But yeah, the running game, pass protection. Aaron Rodgers has been sacked 4 times in 2 games so far. And wide receiver play outside of Davante Adams. No other wide receiver has more than 4 catches outside of Davante Adams in 2 games, right? So Davante Adams is the guy that we need to be keying on and looking out for. Let's go to some key players for the Packers on offense. Of course, we have Aaron Rodgers. So far this year through 2 games, Aaron Rodgers is 37-55 with a 67.3% completion percentage for 388 yards. Only averaging 197 yards per game so far, with 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions and being sacked 4 times. At running back, we have Aaron Jones, the leading rusher on this team, with 22 attempts for 76 yards at a 3.5 yard average and 1 touchdown. He also is major in the passing game, as he has 8 receptions for 61 yards and 3 touchdowns in the passing game. He is the leading touchdown getter in the passing game for these guys. At wide receiver, Davante Adams, who is the leading receiver on the team, with 13 receptions for 177 yards. No touchdowns so far this year through 2 games for Davante Adams, though. And tight end Robert Tonyan has stepped up so far in 2 games. He has 5 catches for 60 yards and a touchdown. Now let's move to defense for the Packers. Some strengths on defense for the Packers: secondary play and linebacker play to a point. They have a few linebackers who've getting a lot of tackles, but I think that's because they're missing a few pieces on the front, on the defensive line, and those linebackers are just having to make up for that. The defensive line isn't covering up those linemen so they don't make it to the second level. So the linebackers are really having to make a lot of tackles, and a lot of them have not been for loss, right? But linebacker play is big as your leading tackler. Two of your top two out of three leading tacklers are from your linebacking core. So that is something to look forward to. Weaknesses. They have no pass rush, literally to no pass rush on the year. Through 2 games, they only have 1 sack. And this defense, for some reason, cannot create turnovers. So far this year, they only have created 2 turnovers in 2 games, 1 interception, and they have a fumble recovery. But I don't think they forced a fumble, right? So really only 1 turnover that they've actually forced this year, and that's the 1 interception by one of the linebackers, right? So yeah, some strengths, secondary play, linebacker play to a point. Weaknesses, no pass rushing, and they cannot create turnovers. Let's go to some key players on defense. At defensive tackle, we have Kenny Clark. And Kenny Clark is the guy, has 10 tackles at defensive tackle. That guy, I mean, just a defensive tackle through 2 games to have 10 tackles just shows you that he's there plugging up the middle and doing his job. At linebacker, you have Devondre Campbell, fellow 239 representer, meaning he is from the area of Florida that I am from. Represent 239. But yeah, we have Devondre Campbell. He's the leading tackler on the team with 19 total tackles. He does have a pass deflection, and he does have an interception to his name as well. At the other linebacker, you have Chris Barnes, who is 3rd on the team in tackles with 12 total tackles, and he does have a fumble recovery. At cornerback, of course, we got Jaire Alexander. He's the lockdown himself. He does have 8 total tackles this year. This is a guy you're going to try to avoid from throwing from. These guys have a very good secondary, which is baffling because nobody's injured back there, but they've been giving up some big plays in the first 2 games, especially to the Saints and Jameis Winston. They just gave up big play after big play in the passing game, right? But yeah, we have Jaire Alexander with 8 total tackles. And at safety, we have Adrian Amos, who is the 2nd leading tackler with 18 total tackles on this team. Now, let's move ahead to 3 keys for the Packers to win this game. Number 1, protect Aaron, right? Aaron Rodgers has been sacked twice through 2 games. 49ers have been known to give Aaron Rodgers fits when healthy on the defensive line, and they've been known to sack Aaron Rodgers and hit him and knock him around in the last 4 to 5 matchups that we've played against him. So yeah, we have the Packers need to protect Aaron if they're going to have a chance in beating our 49ers this Sunday night. Number 2, suffocate the Niners running game and make Jimmy G beat you. So we all know in Kyle Shanahan's offense, he wants to run the ball first, pass second. If the Packers can suffocate the running game and make Jimmy G throw and beat them with the secondary that they have, their odds of winning the game shoots up tremendously. So that is another key for the Packers. Suffocate the Niners running game and make Jimmy G beat you. Number 3, have to try and be more balanced on offense if you're the Packers. So far, these guys are only averaging 69 yards a game rushing compared to 228 yards passing. The running game is only averaging 3 yards per carry, and they only have 1 rushing touchdown, which isn't going to cut it. These guys are going to have to, because guess what? If my 49ers can stop the run and they don't have to worry about the run, which they didn't have to do in the previous matchups that we gave Aaron Rodgers fits, guess what our DNs and our linebackers who are blitzing are going to do? They're going to pin their ears back, and they're going full steam ahead at Aaron Rodgers' head, right? So, have to try to be more balanced on offense for the Packers if they want to win this game. So, the 3 keys for the Packers to win. Number 1, protect Aaron. Number 2, suffocate the Niners running game and make Jimmy Garoppolo beat you through the air. And number 3, they have to try to be more balanced on offense in order to win this game against our 49ers. Now, 49er faithful, let's move on to 3 keys for a 49ers win on offense. Number 1, get the running game going somehow. The running game has not been what it was in previous years, and I get it, right? We've lost Mostert for the year. 3 of our running backs got hurt last week. Hopefully 2 of them will return this week. And I get it. So things are kind of in a shamble. You're not with running back number 1. Running back number 2 is still hurt and on injury reserve, and he should be coming back at some point midway through the season. But we have to get the running game going somehow, whether it's with the reverses or even with the bubble screens. Because sometimes they say that's a part of the running game. So even with the bubble screens or even with the reverses or the shovel passes, something to get the running game going and to get us with a better run average than we have so far through 2 games this year. Number 2, we cannot turn the ball over. The rule to beating Aaron Rodgers is to limit his touches. And we cannot turn the ball over and give this man multiple touches and multiple times to try to carve through our secondary, which again is beat up as well. So we cannot give him those multiple touches. We cannot turn the ball over. We have to protect the ball. No interceptions, no fumbles. Protect the ball, and that'll be a great key to winning. Number 3, Kittle needs to be a big part of the offense. I said it in my recap of my Back Porch Chronicles with the 49ers earlier in the week. Kittle has to become a bigger part of the offense. And I know he's a big part when it comes to run blocking and doing stuff like that, but we have to get the ball in this guy's hand. He's too special. He's too elite to not be getting the ball in his hands at least 6, 7, 8 times a game, right? With same way the Chiefs use Kelce, we have to use Kittle that same way. It's kind of surprising that we're 2-0 when our running game hasn't got off to the start that we wanted it to be, and Kittle hasn't been that involved in the offense as far as getting the ball in his hands. But guess what? Number 3, Kittle has to be a big part of the offense against the Packers if we want to win this game. So on offense, number 1, get the running game going somehow. Number 2, cannot turn the ball over. And number 3, Kittle needs to be more involved in the offense. Now, let's move on to 3 keys on the defensive side for a 49ers win. Number 1, don't let the Packers find a running game. The Packers have not had a running game so far through 2 games. I would hate for game 3 to be the game that the Packers magically find a running game and are gashing us in a running game, which is, like I said, is going to suck the safeties in and open up big passing lanes and passing down the field for Aaron Rodgers. So we cannot let the Packers find a running game this week. They suck at running the ball, and we have to make sure they suck at running the ball Sunday night in Levi Stadium. Number 2, hit Aaron Rodgers early and often. Remember that year we went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Chiefs. The 2 times that we played the Packers and blew them out, we got after Aaron Rodgers early. In the first quarter, on the first series, we were at him early, sacking him, getting at him, hitting him, making him uncomfortable. That in turn made him happy-footed and made him make some bad throws. So yeah, we got to get to Aaron Rodgers early and often and hit him. Number 3, Davante Adams can't beat us. Davante Adams right now is the only threat so far through 2 games for the Packers, and he can't be the guy that beats us. Davante Adams can't put up a 10-reception, 173-yard, 2-touchdown game against us. That just can't happen. I can live with Marquez Valdes-Scantling beating us. I can live with Randall Cobb beating us. I can live with Allen Lazard beating us, but I do not want Davante Adams to beat us. If anybody is going to beat us, it cannot be Davante Adams. So on defense, my 3 keys for winning the game. Number 1, don't let the Packers find a running game. Number 2, hit Aaron Rodgers early and often. And number 3, Davante Adams cannot beat us. And now I have 2 key matchups that I'll be looking out for Sunday night while watching this game. Number 1, Aaron Rodgers versus the 49ers pass defense. Our pass defense, and I mean the complete pass defense, I mean our pass rush, also as well as coverage. Our coverage can be a little bit better on the outside, and our pass rush can be a little bit better as well. So I'm eager to watch Aaron Rodgers go against our pass defense just to see how good we can get back to him and sack him, or if we can at least take away his top target, Davante Adams, and make him have to beat us somewhere else. The last key matchup is the 49ers running game versus the Packers run defense, right? If you look at the Packers run defense right now, they're giving up 139 yards a game rushing, and we're averaging about 124 yards a game rushing. So I want to see how our running game can get going against the Packers run defense. I think that is the biggest key to winning this game, is us establishing a running game. As you remember, that was my first key. we have to get the running game going. So, 49ers running game versus the Packers run defense. And now, dun, 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 for my score prediction for Sunday night's game in Levi Stadium, 49ers versus Packers. I got our Niners, Niner Nation. Our Niners taking the game 27-21. You heard it here first. Lock it in. Tell them Rail told you, unless we lose, then tell them somebody else told you. But you got it right there, guys. Niners 27-21. Let me know how you guys feel down in the comments. Give me your score prediction as well. And always remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I am Rail. And I have a damn sports opinion. Signing out.